So obviously everyone's aware of the vast sea change towards programmatic media buying in general, and that's been one thing for both display and mobile, but I think the real opportunity is in the more scarce inventory, the higher priced inventory in and around video. And while digital video is a $6 billion market growing at 30% a year, and there's nothing wrong with that, the real opportunity, I think where a lot of attention and eyeballs is on television. We can't basically go a week without yet another announcement of an over-the-top device or a streaming platform. You've seen announcements from Verizon, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft is coming with something, Google. So and not to mention Netflix and all the content folks. So there's a lot of attention on it. These are large, capable companies with big market caps that want to take advantage of the coming sort of convergence between digital and TV. But here's the problem. Television buyers, television demand buys in a certain manner, right? They buy off demos, they buy off GRP rating points. Whereas digital is sort of sold on the promise of targeting and optimization and the programmatic workflow. Well, these are two very different places right now, and so I think what will be interesting will be the transition, the bridging, if you will, into how to get actual TV buyers buying digital video and buying convergent video, but in a manner that they're used to. And so if you were to try and teach, the famous, in display, the famous quote is the 23-year-old media buyer. Well, in TV, that media buyer is 55 and he's got a beautiful home in the Hamptons. In other words, it's a completely different story, and they don't necessarily are going to be that tuned into all these newfangled programmatic capabilities. So I think you have to sort of slow roll them or bridge them into it by maybe offering them to buy digital video as an extension to television, which is increasingly fragmented, but do it in a manner that allows them to buy it the way they like to buy it, the way they want to buy it. And then over time you upsell them to more targeted capabilities that digital specifically has to offer. TV is not bought in spot market in total. There's a significant amount in the upfront, but in the scatter and the spot there is tens of billions of demand bought on that basis. And I think there will be certainly a portion that will be able to be bought in real time. But I think to get at the heart of the big TV dollars that's represented by guaranteed and upfront and where the buyer knows where their ad is going to run, that's a little hard to reconcile with programmatic. So there will always be a big element of guaranteed upfront, which will be sold differently than pure RTB. Well, fraud has largely, in digital, fraud has been an issue that's largely been ignored. People wave their hands about it. They talk about how it's a problem, and it is. But let's face it, a significant portion of marketer spend in the digital channel is performance. It's direct response. And in performance, fraud is not actually that big of an issue. I mean, do you want your ad running that's being viewed by a bot? Well, when your ad network or intermediary is only charging you for performance, it almost doesn't matter that much. Where it does matter, however, is brand, in particular if you're buying on an impression basis and not on a CPA or CPI or some kind of performance basis. Plus, you've got the additional sort of element of those brands not wanting to have the juxtaposition with the wrong context. That is why TV is bought up front, it's guaranteed, they know where the placements are going, and that's a little harder to do in digital. So I think the whole issue of fraud has largely not seen been taken seriously until now because of the nature of the performance media buying. But I think when TV and digital and brand dollars, it's a very, very big issue and has to be addressed. I think we will look back at 2014 as not the year of mobile. We probably had that was maybe last year. It'll be the year of video. We've already seen some deal activity with Comcast Freewheel, Disney Maker, and several other transactions. I think you will likely see a lot more activity this year and actually in the coming years as people try and take advantage of the digital channel and the relative scarcity that takes place, very, very different than every other channel in digital.